Come on in and grab a drink. Talk about anything. Grab a cigar, just sit right down, all family here. Let's go! Welcome to the show. Drinks and Dave. Drinks and Dave. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Well, afternoon or whatever the heck day it is, and welcome to Drinks and Dave. How are you, David?
Hey, I just averted a fire here in the lounge, so that's
How
That's
the heck?
good.
How did you do that?
yeah. So you know what Pringles are also good for is I now use them as my ashtray because
You do know that that's paper.
well, it's got a metal lining, but I got a trash can. So after I have a cigar and all the ashes in the ashtray, I dump it into the trash can with the lid, right? But it still smelled like musty stuff in here. And I realized even though it had a lid, I guess, I don't know, it's stinking up the joint. So now, because these have a plastic top, I use these, but I just happened to throw in a paper cigar band in there before I threw in my old cigar, and I started smelling some burning paper smell, and I was like, oh, so I threw the lid on there. We're okay now. I was like, uh-oh, if
That's
this
good.
keeps smoking.
Well,
Yeah.
so far, if you're here, please say something in the comments. So welcome Tig Lily and Eric Wonko the Sane. We've got a few more. I'm hoping, because I don't know what time it is, because I don't care. I'm hoping that people would watch our show rather than the State of the Union address, because
Yeah,
we are much more important.
I didn't even know that was on tonight till I turned the TV on and it showed that.
I mean, we're much
There's Rich.
much more important than that. So, hey, Rich, how you doing? So, what are you drinking tonight, Mr. Dave?
Well, obviously, I am drinking aquavite from
Oh.
Iceland that had rye bread soaking in it, which you got to try this stuff, Dave.
Yeah, but you know what? Actually it's sheep innards that the sheep ate the rye bread, and so what you're looking at
It's all natural, buddy. It's all
Yeah, I'll
natural.
bet it is. Well, you'll be surprised tonight. I am actually drinking. I had to kill this bottle of Bland's.
It looks pretty or empty, to tell you the truth.
I'm gonna put coffee beans in it, I think, or M&Ms, one of the two. Well, because
Yeah.
I need to get 6 or 7 more of those horsies before I can get them mounted on a plate or whatever the heck I get it on a whiskey stave.
Yeah,
Hello,
but
Stephen.
you know, you probably got to drink 30 bottles to actually get the individual letters.
Well, but that's why every time I go to Salt Lake, I'll look, and if they don't have the right horse, I won't buy it.
Oh, I see.
Because that's I'm not spending $300 a bottle for this when I can get it for $60 in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
And I'm also
have it available all the time there.
pretty much, but I'm chasing it with a Coke Zero. Well, I've got to kill.
Okay.
I'm a Scotch drinker. I got to kill the bourbon flavor.
Oh my gosh! All right.
Now, what are you smoking?
I'm just going with the basic old Oliva G, back old school style.
I am smoking an AJ Fernandez Cameroon selection. Delicious.
Wow,
Absolutely delicious.
you're branching out.
No, I've got a whole bunch of cigars in here. I grabbed for the JC Newmans because they're easy and they're cheap.
I see.
I see.
All right. So how were you? We had to take a day off because you had a week of festivities planned for Valentine's Day. I believe.
Yes. And it was great. We went to our favorite Puerto Rican restaurant once during that time. And we went to we had prime rib at our local prime rib joint. And then we had sushi.
All right.
So it was that was our Valentine's Day gift to each other.
Everybody's
worked
favorite
out.
restaurants.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. All right.
And then of course I need to apologize in advance because you're already mad at me for next week. We will not be here next week because I am celebrating our 2,000 subscribers with a live show next week on my other channel, giving away a bunch of swag.
Yeah. So if they want to, I saw it's earlier.
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock.
So if people want to get off work early and come in, then they can tune into your channel and win all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are you giving it to people that tune in, or they got to do something ahead of time?
They have to be subscribers of this channel, the Rocks and Roads channel, and Drinks and Day. Or,
all three.
Arbor Days, all three.
Whoa, you're bribing them. That's okay.
That's right. That's right.
I'm all right with that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got a jam-packed show tonight. I mean, a jam-packed show, because a couple of breaking news items. I wish I had the little breaking news sound. Oh wait, maybe I do. Hold on a second. Let me see. Maybe I do have a breaking news sound.
Gosh.
Let me see if I have.
You're probably just gonna hit the fart button again.
Probably. You'd think come on. You'd think you'd have a breaking news.
Nobody would know what that is anymore.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. Okay, so we'll just do this. There. Great. Now I forgot. Oh, that's the big news. Apple TV just signed a contract with Formula One. So now you can watch every single race on Apple TV if you are so subscribed, because before you had to jump around to different ones, but now you can watch them in real time.
Oh, really? There wasn't one USA network that broadcast them all?
Now it's Apple TV. So that'll be
cool. I guess it's good because of that, because of the point you just made. But I'm not liking this trend of, especially professional sports, going to streaming services.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think people are tired of. I mean, we're about to cut the cable. We're going to go to Starlink at home.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. That way, we may have some younger people. We may have some younger people. Not tonight, we don't, but we may have some
in the past.
People. Yeah, in the past we've had that. So that's some breaking news. And then, of course, I guess because, as you said pre-show, that you have a long story to talk about. So let's get some things out of the way real quick.
Okay.
It is Rodeo week in Tucson.
Oh, no, see, I thought the title was just because of your new pants.
No, well, that too, but no, it's Rodeo week in Tucson. It's Thursday is the oldest and the only and the longest non-motorized rodeo parade in the world. So in other words, all the floats are drawn by horses.
That's kind of neat.
It is neat. Well, yeah, exactly. But they've got a whole crew that just follows these horses around. They do. They really do. Yeah. And so if you can get KOLD TV on any of your streaming services at 9 a.m., you can actually watch the parade. And then the Los Fiestas de los Vaqueros is it's in the same arena, all the same thing since 1925.
Dave, that means cowboys,
Well, I was on my high school rodeo.
So I was going to ask, you mentioned you did rodeo in high school. What events did you do?
Bull and bronc. I rode bulls.
You did bull riding?
Bronc. Yes.
Like full-size bulls or like high school-size bulls?
Well,
smaller?
When you're in high school and you weigh 145 pounds, any bull is big.
Dude, do they still do that in the high schools there?
Yeah.
Dang, and people complain about like high school football creating too many injuries, and you throwing these.
Oh, but nowadays, no. But see, when we did it, we had, of course, the finest in Western apparel, and a cowboy hat that was stuffed down, and then we had the rodeo clowns, which are now called Wranglers. Yeah, but now they have full Kevlar chest pieces. They have cowboy hats that look like helmets. Helmets that look like cowboy hats, and they've got shoulder pads and knee pads. Oh yeah, So when we got tossed after 7.5 or 8 seconds, you got flung into the air. The bull would look at you and say, "I'm going to stomp you." Now the bull goes, "What's the point? I'm just going to roll the guy around. He's not going to get hurt."
So I've seen the vests on the pro guys, but so bulletproof vests are for sharp, pointy objects. Right, and they dissipate that force.
These are thick padded.
So
to
that is for stomping. That it's supposed to provide
well, it's
enough
for
cushion?
stomping. It's for stomping, and then if it's a Brahma bull, you have the big on the back of his neck. You've got that big thing, and if he bucks the wrong way, you can take it right to the chest. And same with a bronco, a bronc, when they're up and they're twisting and stuff like that, they can actually have their head smack against you. And so that's why they've got the helmets. They've got, basically they're football players on horses now.
And they have neck braces too, right?
Mm-hmm, yep. Yeah, it's a Hans device for rodeo.
Yeah.
Kind of. But yeah, and then every weekend they have, especially around Marana, which is out west, and then Tombstone, they have what they call buckouts on Friday night. So you can literally show up on a Friday night, put your name in, sign the insurance waiver, and go to town. And it's for money. Nuts. Yeah, you spend like $10-20 and you can win some, or you can end up, it pays enough for your ambulance ride. But no, this is the start of rodeo season. So we've got the Tucson Rodeo, which it's actually been going since Saturday. The finals are on Saturday and Sunday next week. Then you've got the Sonoyta Rodeo, which is where all the very bougie people with the that'll come out and spend $375,000 to $1 million for a horse. That's where they have.
Wait, isn't that the Rodeo?
No,
the fancy one. It's the Rodeo.
Well, I guess you could call it that. Yeah, and then the oldest rodeo, arguably in the United States, is in Prescott, Arizona. 1888 is when they first started it. So
there you go.
So there's the rodeo portion. So let's move.
As seen on TV in Yellowstone.
Yes.
Okay, and then wait. Those goofy dancing horses that they have on every one of that guy's shows.
The Lippers Honors?
No, is that what? No. Were they? You know what I'm talking about? What the heck?
We have horses running. We have horses running through our those were the
on Yellowstone. They would always do these. I know what you mean by the Lippens honors because they argued about that in what was that movie? Red. Oh, what the heck? You know what I'm talking about?
I think
it's one of the submarine movies, and they argued about.
Oh, Down Periscope. Was it Down Periscope?
No,
Hunt for Red October.
No, the other guy. Anyway, but Sheridan. He always puts these dancy little horses where they go forward and back, and then this way, and then that way, and then do they have that in the rodeo? I always
they do, but the big events, well, that is very similar to the steeplechase. I may get killed here, but then you have the one of the most exciting things to watch is barrel racing. That's fun to watch. And then of course you've got the the roping contest. It's actually a lot of fun. It really is. Although nowadays the midway, which is where all the vendors are at, is actually bigger than the rodeo. I mean, it's like going to Barrett Jackson. It's more about the retail items than it is about the rodeo. And then of course there's a small group of individuals that are standing outside the rodeo, doing the yes,
there Crimson it is. Tide. Crimson. It was red something. Yeah,
that's right. Doing the the animal cruelty thing.
Protesting the rodeo.
Right, and they don't do that anymore. They don't cinch off certain parts of the bull anymore to make him mad. They used to do that.
I remember that. Yeah, we talked about sports you could used to watch on TV. Back in the day, rodeos were on quite a bit too. When I was
you can still watch the PBR stuff like from Vegas and stuff like that. That's pretty good. Also, real quick before we go any further, you heard about Robert Carradine died.
No,
he was the one in Revenge of the Nerds.
All right.
He killed himself.
Oh,
yeah. So David. So the Carradine, the only Carradine that's left was the one that played. What's her name's father in The Big Bang Theory? He's the only one that's left. Robert Carradine. I can't remember what his name is, but he's the only Carradine left. Yeah. They're going fast.
Yeah, I guess we're of that age, huh? All the adult stars when we were kids are now geriatric.
But no, rodeo is fun. If you ever get a chance to go to one, it's a lot of fun. It really is. It's neat to watch. That there is strategy in what they're doing aside from just hanging on for dear life. Because 8 seconds is a long long time.
Yeah. And then they go fly. Wait, do they still do that thing where I'm still going to call them rodeo clowns because that's much more
Wranglers.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
But where they sit at a table and try to play poker or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do that sometimes.
That's more fun.
Yeah,
I like that.
But
one.
I mean, those guys are the guys that earn their keep.
Yeah, they do.
They're running towards the bull.
Yeah, those guys are not. And what are they all padded up now?
No, yeah, they do. They have shoulder pads, and I think they have some guards for the inside, but they wear big floppy clothes, so you don't get to really see what's in there.
All right,
but
okay, I have no more.
So, anyway, so that's the rodeo thing, and it's a lot of fun. Plus, rodeo clothing is just cool.
Are you going then? You go watch the rodeo?
No, we're not going this year. They sold out early, but I'll watch the parade. From the shop.
You should have a float.
We thought about that, having a barber chair mounted on the float and having somebody getting a haircut as we go down. We thought about. In fact, I talked to the local the marshal, the rodeo marshal.
Yeah.
And, so we were thinking about it.
Avocado Queen could be in the chair. You could be there all in your get up with your hat on.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun.
Neat.
That would be
next year.
That would be fun. We had to invite everybody out to come and see it. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So next on the agenda is charcuterie, food. We got to get to food.
Oh.
So tell us, for those of us that are not as good at charcuterie as you are, what would you consider the staples of charcuterie?
Well, so for us, it's got to be meat and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And we do baguette. And we always like to do a nice soft spreadable cheese and a sliceable cheese. And
do you do any crackers at all?
Not that it's just tends to be the two of us. When we had, everybody around, you would add in some crackers. So some people prefer that over the baguette. Or if you want to get super fancy, you slice up your baguette, you cover it, drizzle olive oil and a little salt and pepper, and then you put it under the broiler, crisp it up a little bit.
Yum.
The time that takes, ain't got time for that.
Right.
Yeah. We if you're doing the staples, it was always a brie, a blue cheese, and something sliced and usually aged.
So like a sharp cheddar or something like that.
Sharp cheddar. I like a Gouda. My wife's not into that too much, so we tend to go with the English cheddars.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of a salami, and then you got to have all the accoutrements, right? So like a nice honey to drizzle over the blue cheese is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Spiced pecans
or sweet ones, right?
Or this and no two different bowls and the sweet ones, little pickles, olives, all that stuff.
Now, when you said about the little miniature dill pickles, could you do sweet pickles?
You can do what you like, Dave.
What about chocolate? Any chocolates?
We've never done dessert with it.
Okay.
Yeah. But then half the fun is, as you've seen from pictures that have been posted from time to time, is putting a little bit of effort into the display of it. Right?
Oh, of course.
Fanning out your sliced apple, fanning out your salami, all that kind of stuff. Get a nice red wine. There you go. It's much easier than cooking something.
Sure.
But boy, if you're into cheese, that's a nice
and
meal.
Like you said, you can get almost everything at Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe. Even better, I don't know, Whole Foods.
Yep.
If you hit it right, you go to their cheese section and they have like the leftover, the end pieces and stuff like that wrapped up, small ones. So you can try a bunch of stuff and it doesn't cost as much money.
Oh, there you go. Well, I know that a lot more of the grocery stores, like the Kroger or the Fry's is what we call them down here, they've got an excellent cheese counter now.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, so Rich, do what you like.
Yeah.
If you want to get out the crystal tray and just have a stack of Ritz and a can of easy cheese, it's your world, man.
Hey, you know what? Believe it or not, sometimes there's nothing like squeezed cheese.
Squeezed cheese?
Yeah,
are you talking about the can?
Yeah, you got to have that every once in a while.
I haven't had that in forever.
Go ahead.
The problem though is you make the little dots and then it's okay. And then you're like, well, I'm going to put a big mountain of this stuff, like the top of an ice cream cone or something. Too much can be too much.
Exactly. And then, remember, my dad there were little tiny bottles, probably 3-ounce bottles of Neuchâtel cheese mixed with pimento and pickle.
I've never
I don't even know
that.
You just spread it on a cracker. Oh, it's good stuff.
Wait, is that different than what you would stick in a pimento cheese? You put that in a celery.
You can do that. Yeah, you can do that too.
It's a kind of orangey cheese.
No, this one's kind of more of a whitish.
Okay,
color.
Something different then.
Yeah, and then of course but you guys have never done the cheese balls, like the port wine cheese balls that are covered in almonds.
At Christmas, because my wife really likes those. So Christmas Eve, the softball sized cheese ball. Yeah.
Right.
We'll get one.
And then have you ever taken cream cheese, a block of cream cheese, and then taken a raspberry or a raspberry chipotle preserves and pour it over the top and then just take the cheese
work it in? And
yeah, it's good stuff.
No, everything we do is I was going to say non-cooking. That's not cooking, but it requires more labor.
Now, do you guys just have a plate and you just kind of grab what you want and then?
Yeah, you sit there, small plate, glass of wine. It's a nice evening.
Yeah, and it's a nice dinner too when you think about it.
And you guys have a fireplace. Imagine how romantic you could make that with the dogs flapping at your plate.
Well, see, that's the problem with our husky. Kona has manners. Kona will sit down and look at you and wait for a treat. Like as a bulldozer, she'll just come up and take it out of your mouth. She didn't care.
That's fine. It makes it family that way.
That's true.
This is kind of a neat idea, though. The easy cheese with bugles. You fill up like the bottom of an ice cream cone, and
yeah, that's not a bad idea.
You know what? It's almost embarrassing. I kind of want to try this stuff again.
Oh, I do too. So we've gotten the food out of the way. We've gotten the rodeo out of the way. What else did I put in the title? So the big news is for you got a new car.
I got, for the first time in my life, brand new car.
That's cool.
Yeah. Because I swore that I would never, ever pay the depreciation. Always let somebody else pay the depreciation on your car. But so I'm jumping ahead. Can I start at the beginning of the story?
Yeah. What prompted this? Because you loved your S.
I loved my S. But it was 11 years old. And so for a long time, one of the sensors on the back had popped out and needed to be put back into place. And I heard that they have to take the whole bumper off. It's got to go in the shop. So I ain't going to pay for that because I would only use it for the automatic parallel parking, right? And then
wait, back up a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You said automatic parallel parking?
Yeah.
So you don't have to do it yourself?
Not in that car, no. You just kind of go past the spot. It recognizes that there's a parking spot. You hit auto park and then zip, zip, zip. I'm not a good parallel parker. Never. I would go round block, around and around looking for non-parallel spot. Yeah. Fucking
okay.
And there's been times I think I've gone places and said, I'm not going there because it's just street parking. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. So it needed that. One of the screens, the main screen where a normal dashboard would be, is called delaminating, where it kind of the two layers start separating, so you kind of get bubbles around the edge. Again, doesn't affect it working or anything, but showing signs of age. The computer started doing some wacky stuff, like you would get in, and it knows whose key got close to unlock the car, and you'd have your profile set up, so it would move the seat and the steering wheel and all that. To a couple of times I get in and the seat would move back and start laying all the way down flat, and you're like, what the hell is going on? So there's obviously it's starting to get a little wonky. And then one of my headlights went out again. Nothing crazy, but my wife many times would say, your car's starting to get a little old. If you want to get a new one, that's fine. I would say, no, I don't need one. I don't need one. But it started me thinking, right? And every time I start thinking about getting a new to me car, I go down that road of like, let's look at these kind of luxury cars that you could never afford. But if they're 10 years old, they're more affordable. So you start looking at the Bentleys and all that kind of stuff. And then start realizing, well, that's just dumb, right? Because you're going to be buying somebody else's problems. And where we live, if we could park another car, I might have gone down that road because then I could have kept the S, right? And kept one. But the other problem is that, we have to charge in the garage. So you couldn't just park your extra car in the garage and all that stuff. But I told you, I was looking at all these things, and all of a sudden I started thinking of the Jaguar, because that's one of the ones about could it be older. And I was reminded of the Jaguar F-Type. That I remember one time on the road seeing this car, wondering what the heck this super sports car looking thing was. And it was that. It's 2-seater. You get the one that I want. It's got the 2 tailpipes right in the middle of the back. For some reason, that looks so cool.
That's what it's like with my Corvette.
Yours are right in the middle. I love that. I think that looks badass.
Yeah, it sounds good too.
So I started looking at those. And so, we went up to Napa on Valentine's Day.
Right.
And at the CarMax, not too far from Napa, they had a used one. And I was like, okay. So I set up an appointment after we were done with our wine tasting and stuff, which is always dangerous because my wife and I are terrible. If we go to look, we're just going to go look. We always come home with something. We're weak. We're just like, that's cool. And we know this, right? We shouldn't go look because we're going to buy something. So I get there half an hour early. I text them. I say, I'll be there half an hour early if I can get in. We get in there and they say, no, we're busy. We take appointments first. So, no problem. So we sit there. Our appointment time comes and goes. And then I saw the car. It was right near the front. I went and looked at gorgeous. This beautiful car. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it was more than I want to spend, but I knew I'd be going home with it if the fit was right. Because that's the thing. It's a 2-seater. I didn't know how I'd fit in it there.
Right.
So the appointment time comes and goes, and we wait another 25 minutes past then. And I turn to my wife and I just, let's go. That's it.
Right.
Customer service. I don't care how bad I want something. If it's bad customer service,
right.
I can give my.
Exactly.
So we go. She goes, you sure? Yep. So I go home. They text like 9:30 at night saying, if you're still here. I'm like, what? No.
Yeah,
so the next day, I get an email from Tesla with a great financing deal, right? And I had just watched a video with explaining about how if you get really low financing on a new car, it can be cheaper than a car that's a couple years old. Because
right.
Whoa, buddy.
Fire.
Okay. Because you pay the higher interest rate on a used car.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, let's just go look.
Huh.
We get into the Model 3. He explains some things, how it's different, which is kind of crazy because there's no shifter lever. The shifting is all on the screen. And he puts in an address and he says, okay, hit this button. It's autopilot. And it just starts driving, right? And you're doing that everybody knows about, they've got cars now that do this. But it was amazing.
But now, did they not have any S's that you wanted to look at?
I can't afford a new S. Those are 6 figures now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, plus, aren't they stopping making them?
Yeah. There's some colors you can't even get anymore. So that was the thing. I mean, I looked at, could I get a little bit less old of an S? But the cost of those have gone up so much that even half price was more than I wanted to pay. But I tell you, this autopilot thing, within minutes, I was sold on it. And the car took us onto this residential road, and there was a garbage truck there emptying the cans, and it stopped behind the garbage truck. And I thought, oh, great, we're going to be stuck here forever. No, it starts to go around the garbage truck. The garbage truck starts to move to the next house. The Tesla stops because the truck starts going. So it's obviously figuring out what it's doing. The garbage truck stops again. The Tesla goes around. I'm like, holy crap. That was it. So dropped off the guy. We did some more test driving. Boom.
Now, somebody told me, one of my clients has a Tesla, and when he went in to test drive it, they're like really easy going. They're like, yeah, take it for a few hours. Come back when you want.
When you schedule the test drive, you pick either half an hour or 24 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They'll let you keep the thing.
Wow.
Yeah. So I tell you, it is crazy. I've told people I've driven it myself less than half a mile. Everything else has been on autopilot. And
really,
it just works. When I'm in the garage and I'm going to work, I open up the garage. It knows because of the time of the day I'm going to work. So it automatically routes it there. I hit the button, and that's the last time I touch anything until I get to the parking garage at work. Wow. And then I take over to park in the parking garage. It backs out of the driveway, stops everywhere, waits for traffic, everything.
But you still have to monitor everything. It's not like you can sit there and watch a movie.
No, you have to look forward. You don't have to touch the steering wheel though anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. So if
so you don't have to touch the accelerator either. It knows the speed limit.
Oh yeah. In fact, it'll speed. It'll go over you can tell it how far over the speed limit you find acceptable.
Jeez.
Yeah. I've been through 4-way stops with it already, and it waits for the cross traffic, and then it goes merging onto the highway.
Now, how's the performance difference between that and the S?
Now,
is it dual motor?
No, I got the single motor, and that's the other thing I wanted to test out on the test drive is I looked up and the specs, it was slower than my S was. But first of all, I rarely took off as fast as I could because you're going to burn out your tires driving like that.
Right.
It's so heavy and all that stuff. And it still will get up and go as fast as you would want it to, pretty much. So,
because they weigh almost as much as a full-size truck, don't they, with the batteries?
I think
they're heavy.
Yeah, super heavy.
So I have to ask you, and you can't read a book. No, you have to have your eyes forward, because if you take your eyes down, it warns you, doesn't it?
That's the problem, is that everything's now a center screen. There's no screen right in front of you. So if you're messing with stuff, it starts to say, yo, pay attention to the road. So the only thing I haven't tested yet is I've heard if you wear sunglasses, it can't sense your eyes, and then it can't give you those warnings.
Oh, I see.
So
well, and I would imagine eventually they will get onto full autonomous mode where you can do whatever. I'm sure they will at some point.
I'm sure. Well, because they've got the Tesla taxis now.
Yeah.
That have no drivers.
So, okay. So I saw you sent me that video. What does Tron Ares have anything to do with?
I don't have any idea. It's got crazy stuff like that built into it. So yeah, it's got this Tron mode that you put it on, and you heard it went brr, 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 and the Tron logo. And then when you're driving, instead of a little icon of your car, it's a little light cycle or whatever. And it's got mood lighting, I guess, a razor thin thing of lights all around. They're all bright red when you're in Tron mode and stuff like that.
So what other modes have you played with? Is there?
Well, the one I always keep it on is Rainbow Road. So behind your car, when it's self-driving, it's a rainbow, but that makes all your lights change colors constantly. And you can set it so that the lights will go to the music that you're playing.
Oh, geez. So in other words, you have it set for Deadpool unicorn mode?
I guess, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's got a built-in photo booth. So we've done that a little bit with, you can look at the camera and it'll count down and it'll put a frame around your photo, and then you can put hats and glasses and shit on the people. And yeah, all the stuff you need in a car, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I realized this car is for the people that aren't going to say, but in this circumstance, it's not going to work. It works in 95% of the circumstances. And if you want something that 100% of the time is going to do, what it says it can do, it's like, get over yourself. Then don't.
Eric, we're gonna have to discuss this on our next Zoom call, because I know what the Deadpool unicorn mode is. So, if you're telling me that you have Crocs and CeraVe body lotion, we're done.
Oh, but let me tell you,
Crocs optional.
One other thing, like I said, to shift gears, there is no thing. It's on the side of the screen. So it's got a little picture of your car, and you either slide it up with your thumb for drive or backwards for reverse. But you put it on auto shift mode. So even if you're not on autopilot, you get in and it kind of figures out which direction you want to go. So like when I get into it, leaving work, when I'm parked in the parking garage, I don't let it drive out of there by itself. So I get in, hit the brake pedal, everything starts up, and it says, tap the brake to go in reverse. So you just tap the brake, it puts it in reverse, you back up, and then it's got a little thing that basically if you're turning the wheel because you're pulling out of your spot, it'll automatically put it in drive. And like the first couple times it's weird, but it's just like, your iPhone starts to integrate stuff when you don't even think about it.
So does this have the valet mode too? So if you guys are downtown and you've parked a block away, you can go on your app and it'll come and pick you up?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm impressed. The technology is light years beyond what my S was. That's why
really.
I miss kind of the luxury feel of the S, but the stuff you get with this.
Well, it's just more of a blocky back end, right? The 3.
Not this one. No.
Because which one does Pantea have?
The Y.
The Y. That's the SUV
the bigger
kind of
one.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah. And like I said, first time I've ever got it with like 12 miles on it or something like that.
See, I didn't realize that you could actually buy a Tesla at the dealership. I thought it was all order. You had to order it.
Depends if they have them in stock, they come and go.
Oh, okay.
So they just happen to have the configuration I wanted,
but they don't really do anything. You just kind of sit down at a terminal and take care of everything, don't you?
No, we work with a guy, but there's no paper. The only paper we had to sign was trading in the S. Everything is through the app, and all the DMV paperwork and everything is just all electronic, which is weird because everywhere else still has those dot matrix printers, right? With all the paperwork.
Well, and Tesla self-finances, don't they?
Yeah.
That's what I thought, because they don't use any outside finance company, do they?
You can't, but that was the deal. This was like 0.99%. So that's what got me in there.
And what color did you get?
Dark blue.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it wasn't the free color. I wasn't going to pay for a color, but being a healthcare worker, they gave you credit, and being a return customer, they gave you credit. So that paid for the more expensive color. So,
oh, that's cool. What color is the free color? White?
Gray. Yeah, it's kind of weird. They change every now and again, so they must just buy a crap ton of one color and say this is going to be the free color for another year now.
Kind of like Apple, with, I guess the iPhone 18 is going to come out in a crimson red, which I know I will end up because it will match my car.
Well, then you can't put a case on it so you can see it.
Extra. Well, I'll put a clear case on it because I'm terrible. Okay. As you saw, I let a cigar fly. Yeah.
Do you have a driving hat?
What do you mean?
A hat you put on when you drive, like gloves and one of those like driving caps. Oh
no.
Come on, man.
Unless I take the top off. I take the top off, I put a hat on, but it's just.
Does it say Corvette?
No, there's 3 things that I will not do as a Corvette owner being in his 60s. 1, I will not wear jorts, jean shorts. 2, I will not wear New Balance shoes. 3, I will not wear a Hawaiian shirt with shorts. You can wear with jorts. You can wear a Hawaiian shirt normal as long as it's a rain spooner, and I will not wear a hat that says Corvette on it. Now, I have one, but I won't wear it. I wear that in the Jeep.
So wait, you do have a lot of shorts, though.
Yes.
But none of them are jean shorts?
No.
Okay.
No jorts. No jorts.
Well, you're not allowed to go to their meets then, huh?
No.
No.
Yeah, I'm too youthful, I guess.
All right.
Even though I'm going to be 60. What am I going to 61 next week?
You're right in their demographic, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have a flat cap. It's actually a Peaky Blinders cap. So, and they don't usually say no because they see the razor blade peeking out of the brim.
I wish I
that
could
sounds
pull
fun.
off a flat cap. I don't think I can do that.
Really? Well, this week I'll be wearing my cowboy hat mostly because it's rodeo.
Is it black?
I have a black and a straw, but in the summer months you wear a straw hat. You don't wear. If you see somebody walking down the road in a cowboy hat and it's felt or wool during the summer, just walk up and smack it off of them because no, that's a rhinestone cowboy thing. No, you wear the straw hats during the summer, which in Arizona is pretty much 90% of the time. Because we were 80 degrees today.
That's almost, was that cold for you?
No, it's too hot too soon.
Oh.
I want it to be in the 50s and 40s right now, which it should be, but no.
Yeah.
We're going to be by Friday we're supposed to be damn near 90. That's too early. Yeah, because that's March, April, May, June, July, August, September. No, that's 8 months. No.
September? No, you'll still be 90 in September.
That's not, well, yeah. I mean, it doesn't get into the hundreds in September, but I mean, June is the worst month usually.
I suppose after 115, the 90 feels better.
Oh, it does. It does.
Oh.
It feels different.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is right, because March can be real cold too here. I mean, we've had snow in March, but all the wildflowers are going ape right now. They're all blooming and everything else. And if we get a cold snap, that'll ruin that.
Yeah. When's your storm season? Those rains.
Well, our winter storms are usually January, February, and then monsoons start July 4th, usually.
Oh, that's what the monsoons is what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you haven't been getting much rain either.
No. Well, we got a good amount of rain in September, but we're still behind the 8 ball. We had a good January with rain, but it wasn't cold though. I mean, we didn't. The problem is with our water situation, we need snow because the snow melt packs, and that's what sends water down from the mountains. So we're just getting rain more than anything else.
Do you they don't put water restrictions on you in the summer, do they?
They do sometimes. But most everybody, they don't really have green lawns anymore. They've either got turf or they've got rock. I wish they would put restrictions on the golf courses because they waste so much water. Although they argue, and they've been making the same argument for 60 years. Well, it's effluent. It's sewer type water. Well, listen. If the astronauts can filter their own urine to make drinking water, then they can do that with sewer water. So,
yeah, I thought that they did that in a lot of places, process it and then put it back into the system. But
yeah, they do. But right now the golf courses are forced to use effluent without any filtering. But it's a lot of green grass. Especially like where my shop's at, it's kind of a resort community. That grass has to be perfectly green. And I go to work and they're watering the asphalt because nobody goes out and adjusts the sprinklers.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised that grass can live in 115 degree temperatures day after
Yeah,
day.
Bermuda. That's what they use. And usually what they do in the summer months is the greens they'll keep in good shape. They'll keep the fairways in fair shape, but they let it die back, obviously from the water standpoint, because, the sprinkler, depending on what the CFM of the water is, as it comes out, it evaporates before it hits the ground.
Yeah, that's nuts. You can't drip irrigate a whole
golf course. Yeah, you can't do that.
Huh. Just like Vegas, though, with all their fountains and shit, just blowing water into 100 degree temperatures. And
yep. Well, Vegas and California get more of a water allocation than we do.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. But yet you guys have got the Pacific Ocean that you could desalinate.
Apparently
That's
that's
very expensive. Well, Arizona was going to pay for it. We told them, hey, listen, we'll pay for the desalination in San Diego. We'll pay, I think it was like $5 trillion to build this huge plant and just give us some of that water back.
Uh-huh.
And they said no.
Huh. I want to, you know what? I'm kind of so they've got isn't it Southern California? I thought they had maybe that was just something that came and went. Somebody was going to build like a private road, like a private highway that if you were rich and you didn't want the traffic, you could pay to go on this thing. But, obviously lots of places you can go and pay extra money to have better experiences and stuff. I'm surprised nobody has set up like desalination where in water restricted areas, if you want to pay 10 times as much per gallon, but you just want to water your lawn every day and wash your cars in your driveway and all that stuff, then you can buy your own water.
Well, I know in Utah, I'd have to ask Chad about this, but in Utah, they have huge desalination plants, but they use it for the salt. It's almost like in reverse. They want to use it for the salt, but that's a big problem up there right now is unless they get more snowpack, the Great Salt Lake is going to go. When we were up there, it was unbelievably low. So anybody who says there isn't environmental stuff going on is full of horse hockey.
Yeah. Interesting. I want to look up how much it does cost to desalinate, because obviously on cruise ships, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All their water is produced on board by reverse osmosis. And
right. Well, that's like in space, basically, your urine is, one day it's your urine, the next day it's your ice cold beverage.
Could you imagine if they had those for like every house? You have your hot water heater and then your water reclamation thing. And
yeah, but here's the problem. And this is why it would never work for most American families. Honey, did you flip the lever? I thought that the drinking water tasted a little funny.
I was just going to say, you and me would be fine with that, but most people would freak out knowing that when they flushed, it went right back into their system and got filtered through. And
we drink scotch. I mean, what could be, it's like, well, and according to a certain individual that is sitting here in this studio,
it tastes like it. Yeah.
She thinks it tastes like cat litter, which I've never gotten a straight answer. So Tig Lily, if you'd like to answer that for all the world to hear, why scotch tastes like cat litter, we would be more than happy to listen. Yeah. And as Eric said last on Sunday, that you're going to see a brick fly through. I'm going to get hit with a brick.
Do you know what this is?
Pigaritas?
Oh, pigaritas.
Sharon, I think that's spelled P. Well, a pigarita would be a pea, like a little pea.
Yeah.
So
like a smoothie.
Right. It should be PEE. But watch, it's because she says she has fat fingers. She weighs 100 pounds soaking wet, but she says she has fat fingers. There she goes. She finished it.
That's funny though. Yeah. Anyway, so that's been the week. Now we're rolling into just a whole lot of nothing.
Well, but you're leaving in April, aren't you?
Yeah.
Now, is that the one that you're going on that's going to be in Mexico?
Yes. Panama Canal.
So you're going to have to, and you heard what happened in Panama today, right? The Panamanian government put all kinds of restrictions on the ports right now because the Supreme Court said that China can't do anything with the ports. So the Panamanian government came in and said, yes, we agree with that. So we're going to start shutting stuff down. So you need to check a lot of your stuff before you leave.
They'll let me know. As long as we can get on the ship, I'm fine.
I like what Eric says. I didn't specify brick. I just said something heavy, but I'm sure she has lots of options. Like
she got lots of rocks.
Yes. Rocks and cactus. And
you'll be hit with a very pretty rock.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I know people are freaking out about, and rightly so. Like people that on cruises that are happening like any day now are like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? But we're 2 months down the road. So
yeah. Well, I
don't
guess I
imagine this will
I
be.
watched a video for some people that were in, I don't know if it was somewhere in Jalisco, and they couldn't get home, and they had to actually call the U.S. Embassy, and the U.S. Embassy had to get them out
Yeah.
because apparently the drug cartels don't like Costco, which bothers me a little bit because you'd think you're a cartel, you need to save a little bit of money, buy your supplies at Costco. So
You
what do
need
they?
to save a little bit of money?
Well, yeah, they could buy stuff in bulk. They could buy, the fentanyl producers can buy their ammonia in bulk, but no, they burned down the entire Costco.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Boy, yeah, that's strange that Costco wouldn't cater what they carry there to the drug cartels.
You'd think.
Yeah, big drums, 55-gallon drums and stuff like that.
Muriatic acid, stuff like that,
That's right.
Yeah, it's weird what's going on in the world right now, but
Hey, you know what's interesting? So, since we're going to go through the Panama Canal, I'm starting to listen to, I guess it's the definitive book about the history of the Panama Canal. But
Mhm.
we're not going through obviously the old locks because the ship.
you guys are gonna. Oh yeah, that's right. Your big ship. You're going through the new locks. Then that's
the
cool.
new locks. So I watched a documentary about the building of those, and they built huge holding ponds because they have a water issue. Because every time that they got to empty the lock, they're dumping a lock full of water basically into the ocean from the lake.
Right.
So
Now, have you been through the canal?
No.
Oh, that's going to be cool. I've heard that when you're out there going through it, because it's not a short process. It's an all day thing.
Long. Yeah.
But I mean, you are like really close. I mean, it's not like you got 20 feet on each side of the ship. That's pretty cool. And you drop quite a large. Now, are you coming in from the Atlantic side or the Pacific side?
Atlantic to the Pacific.
Oh, so you're going to be going down then, right? I think.
I don't know. Up and down.
That'll be cool.
That'll be cool.
Down. That'll be cool.
But so now they've got these holding ponds. So when they have to lower the water, instead of it just going out, it goes into a holding pond that then they through gravity drain it into the next lower lock when it has to raise back up. So they reduced their water usage by like 70% or something like that
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Using the holding ponds. And yeah,
that would be a fun. Now, do you stop anywhere in Panama or no?
No. I think all the stops are in Mexico, or were. Who knows where they're going to be now?
Yeah, but I think they're all in eastern Mexico, aren't they?
Let's see. Well, Cartagena, is that Mexico?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's somewhere in South America.
I think that's the one stop. So that'll be neat, getting, I guess, another continent.
So that'll be fun. But I know that Cartagena is a big. I think that's where all the big cocaine stuff was going on. I think.
Yeah, that should be
years ago.
Be a cool tour if they did tours of the coca fields and stuff, and you could see the production of cocaine. And I mean, they should. You're right. I mean, I think that the cartels are not doing all that they could to monetize their. Right.
Sure. Well, then you heard about another cigar factory burned down. Placencia this time.
And their stock, or just the factory?
I think the factory. Yeah, the factory did.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, it's a fun world we live in.
We need to go on one of them cigar tours where you go with a group and they take you to a few of the factories and stuff like that. I bet those smell amazing.
Who was it? Was it Arturo Fuente that offered that? It was a small group, like 10 people.
Yeah.
And you met and then you went through the whole thing. That would be fun.
Yeah. Maybe so, Eric. I'm just saying if they diversify a little bit, that's all. T-shirts and stuff, branding.
Well, I think if switching subjects, I think we might do a charcuterie night this week. What do you think, Tig?
Post a picture.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
The problem that I have though is when you do stuff like that, I'd say, well, I want this salami, but maybe we should get this too. And that would taste good with it. And then the next thing you know, you've got a freaking plate this big.
Yeah, but you're good about bringing your lunch to work with you.
True.
So you could always bring some crackers and salami and cheese slices, and boy, that'd be fancy up your shop there for a while.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Instead of eating a salad from a plastic bowl.
Yeah, Rich, that's what I'm talking about. The T-shirts that say like "I toured the cocoa fields" and all I got was this dumb T-shirt. Stuff like that. They have cutouts of like the guys with their machine guns, and you take your photo next to the cutout.
Oh, you know what you could do is have a black T-shirt that said "I visited such and such cocoa field," and then have somebody sprinkle like white powder on it, and then they could do a silk screen over that.
Just like you can get the red shirts from Hawaii for the red dirt and stuff, you get a black shirt that's like grayed out because of the white powder. See? We got some good ideas. Once they work through all this stuff, I think we need to reach out to them.
That's true.
Yeah, that's right. It'll be drinks and Dave's and Pablo.
Since Eric is here now, I need you to tell him what you told me, because I guarantee you that Rich, Eric, and myself all watched Big Trouble in Little China from beginning to end. So tell them what you said to me earlier.
We'll let the barflies know that you especially get a little bent out of shape when I haven't seen what you call classic movies.
Right.
And so Big Trouble in Little China came up on the Cadre Zoom call this Sunday. And again, I had to raise my hand. I didn't see this one. And you... Oh my gosh, this one's great. It's funny.
Hey, I wasn't the only one.
San Francisco.
They were upset too. Right.
Everybody was mad. Although I did make the point that we've been through this before, and you haven't seen Ratatouille, and over a year ago you said you would see Ratatouille, and your wife is probably sad that you haven't watched it with her yet.
Well, but remember, you know her thoughts on Disney to begin with. So that's, I mean, that's
get over it. So yeah, I started to watch,
and I made a promise that I was going to watch Ratatouille. I mean, there is nothing like spending
a year ago.
Yeah, but now I made the commitment, just like the Williams challenge. I may regret it, but I will watch Ratatouille because there is nothing more entertaining than a cartoon rat from the sewer becoming a chef.
That's what I'm talking about. You're right. You're so right, Dave. But
tell him what you said to me.
I started watching this movie, and it was like, it's okay for a little while. Although the whole whoever they were, the thugs in the airport with the guns and all, I'm like, where's security?
Those were the Chang. I think Eric, correct me. Those were the Chang Sing.
Okay, but still, the people running around an airport with guns and nobody doing anything about it. But again, I started watching until they pull the semi truck into an alley, and then these people start fighting around the semi truck. And then this guy comes from the sky with like blue lightning in his hands and all this stuff. And I'm like,
those were the three storms.
I'm out.
And then Lopan shows up.
Yeah. So I will probably one of these, the occasional night when my wife's gone and I'd normally watch a good action movie, I'll turn it back on and I'll watch. I'll see, because the way you guys talk about it, it sounds like I would find it amusing, and I got to get over the hump of these blue lightning characters. But
well, you got to suspend your belief in things and just have fun. I mean, did you like A Princess Bride?
Yeah, but that was
same thing.
Realistic.
Really?
Yeah, wasn't it?
It's just such a great movie. It's such a great movie. I mean, I would put Big Trouble in Little China up there with A Princess Bride. I really would.
All right. Well, then with you guys making that, I will watch it.
And I promise you, and I will promise, and I'm saying it openly to all the barflies, all 7 people that are in our lounge right now, that 8. See, so somebody came back. That I will watch Ratatouille. In fact, if I can find it, I will watch it tonight.
Wow.
Because I know it's about is it a Philadelphia or a New York sewer rat that becomes a chef?
No, he's in Paris.
Oh, he's in Paris. Oh, so
Sweet.
he's a bougie sewer rat.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I like Disney movies, but I like the classic. We talked about this. I like the classic Disney movies. 101 Dalmatians, not the live action stuff.
Yeah.
The original cartoon.
Yeah. Where see, I can't stand watching like the 2-dimensional Disney stuff.
Oh, you
anymore.
like the 3-dimensional stuff?
Yeah.
Well, I will say, what was it? Encanto? That was amazing because of the colors. And Moana was good.
Oh yeah. Well, and the music now is so much better than
yes, I will give
original.
You that.
Yeah, Moana's got some good music.
Although I want to see the live action one when it comes out.
Really? See the live actions I can't do either.
Oh, so you didn't like How to Train Your Dragon in live action?
I didn't. I stopped watching. I watched one live. I think Beauty and the Beast or something. I'm like, what the F is this? No.
Well, but after you see Ron Perlman as the Beast, it kind of ruins it for everybody else because he looks like a beast just anyways. So now you did hear once you've had a sense of wonder sucked out of you by decades of reality. Well, and see, that's part of why Big Trouble in Little China is so good. The special effects are horrible, but that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. No, you heard that For All Mankind, it's back.
It's coming back.
It's back next month.
Almost have to rewatch the whole first season.
Well, it's like 20 years later, from what I understand. So
shows when they do this kind of stuff, they need to do either replay the last. I mean, I guess now you can replay it on your own, but they need some kind of bridging thing versus just like jumping in and
Well, everybody's starting to use the Taylor Sheridan method. They do 10 episodes and then they expect that if you liked it, you're going to wait for 4 years until the next season comes out.
Yeah. That's crazy. I told you I just rewatched West Wing again, the whole 8 seasons of it or whatever. And it's crazy because you'll look and, I'm on season 2, episode 17. And you're like, this is when they actually did. And that was an hour long. That wasn't an easy production.
Right. Well, you planned your entire week literally of television watching because you knew that on Tuesday nights was this, Wednesday nights, like in our play, Monday nights was MASH, period. End of story. That's what you're watching,
But I haven't heard a good explanation of why just 10 episodes. There've been things that take just as much production time, and they did twice as many episodes in a year. What's going on?
Well, because I think the Taylor Sheridan method is let's produce 800 shows at 10 episodes and see what sticks.
Yeah, that guy can't. He's got ADD of whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe, I could kind of see like I've got this great idea and it just kind of runs its course over a shorter period of time. And then he moves on to something else.
Well, but I just thought about this. Another philosophy is that he produces these short seasons because he doesn't know whether the network is going to cancel him. Like, for instance, Open Range with Josh Brolin, a Taylor Sheridan that was fantastic. It lasted 1 season. Because
I never even heard of Open Range.
Open Range was about, it was in Wyoming. Brolin was a cowboy. He owned a ranch, and there was this huge hole in the middle of his ranch that was kind of a time portal. So it was kind of science fiction. Oh, it was excellent.
Weird. Huh.
Yeah, but people didn't like it. But there was another one. I think it was called Counterpoint. It was with, what's the name of the actor that, help me out, Eric. The actor that is the peanut yellow M&M. He is. That's how he's made his money. He's the peanut M&M. But he was also in Superman as the editor. Come on, I know you know this, Eric. But anyhow, he was in this where they were in Germany, but and somehow during World War II, the Germans were messing around with time and they split the universe. And so you had him in dual universes. Yeah, J.K. Simmons, who was fantastic.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, and he played himself in 2 different timelines. And it was excellent. and people just thought it was too visceral. They said, "Oh no, people aren't going to understand that." But it was an excellent show.
Interesting. All right. Well, you remind everybody.
Yes,
this
next
show won't
week.
be on next week.
No, next week it will not be on, and then hopefully in the following week, if my client's knee replacement has, then we'll have a musician on the show. We'll have a
Coming
musician
soon to a Drinks and Dave's near you.
Yes. So make absolutely sure, and we will show it right now. Oh, you can do 2. This is a new thing now. So email us with show ideas, like, share, subscribe. I think we're sitting at 105, 106, somewhere in there. We're getting there. We're growing organically.
Exponential. Oh, the opposite of exponential. Like this.
We're growing organically like a saguaro cactus. It takes 75 years for it to get its first arm. So,
all right.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you again very, very soon. Don't forget to come and see us at the Cadre, and don't forget Nurse Dave's Shaving World. Although a certain individual,
I forgot about that.
A certain individual is getting a lot like somebody else we know and not producing any videos in a long time. But you said you were going to produce videos once you got into the new house. How many?
I'm kind of like Taylor Sheridan, where I'm going to produce a bunch and then.
Oh, okay. Oh, kind of like you do your journal, where you don't do anything during the week, and then all of a sudden on Friday you drop everything.
Yeah,
I see it. So we'll call you.
That's right. Drop a whole season at one time.
We'll call you Bougie Sheridan. All right, everybody. Well, thanks so much for joining us and spending your time on a Tuesday night with us, and we will see you in 2 weeks. What do you say, Dave? Say goodnight.
Night, Dave.
Night, Dave. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.